My name is Nicole Klein. I'm with the Cobb Library Bookmobile. I hope you were able to pick up a craft kit to make a woven turtle. I'm going to share a couple stories about turtles today. Actually, one's about a turtle and the other one's about a tortoise, very close cousin to the turtle. This story is called Alfie, Turtle That Disappeared, and it's told from the perspective of the turtle's owner. Her name is Nia. Let's get started. The turtle that disappeared. Let's see if we can get in there. On my 6th birthday, I got Alfie. The lady at the store said he looked about 6'2". We were 6 together. At home, on my carpet, he stood very still. I introduced him to everyone. I taught him my wiggle dance and made him presents, but he didn't seem to notice. I showed him my costumes and wrote him songs. Mostly, he stayed inside his shell. Every day I told him stories, like how Dasha got new overalls, how Ruth lost a tooth, and how Peter from downstairs got a fish. I even told him my best joke about the walrus wearing pants, but he didn't seem to get it. After a while, I kind of forgot about Alfie. He didn't do much, well, until the morning of my 7th birthday when... Oh no, what's happened here? He disappeared. Oh. What? Oh, look. There she is all by herself. And there's Alfie. Far away. Oh. Now, here's where we're going to switch perspectives. When I first saw Nia, I knew she was special. I wonder who's narrating now. She told me I was 6, and she was 6 too. I had never been 6 before, but I was happy we were 6 together. Her home tickled my toes, but she smelled nice, so I was calm. Wonder if this is Alfie's perspective of the story. She had tons of friends. Let's see, we've got a bunny, a bear, a green dinosaur. Nia taught me to dance. I practiced wiggling inside my shell. She gave me the presents. I had never been given presents. Oh, Nia sounds so nice. She made me laugh and laugh and laugh. How could I make her as happy as she made me? I had to think. Okay, I wonder what Alfie comes up with. And think and think. Nia was planning her 7th birthday. She told me we were going to be 7 together. I had to find her a present. I wonder what Alfie is getting himself into. There he is, crawling on the floor. There were some good options behind the couch, but they were too dusty. I looked in all the corners and shadows and cracks and found some great places. There he is in a slipper, but no great presents. Okay, let's get the next page here. I asked Toby, that must be the dog, and he said, "You should try outside. Outside is the best. Outside is the best. Get her a stick." That sounds like something a dog would say, doesn't it? I had never been outside before. I climbed past stinky things and sweet things, but nothing as fun as Nia. I had to keep looking. I had to take a risk. Oh, what is he doing? He's on his back there. I crunched through the reds and oranges and yellows, but the longer I looked for a special one, the browner they got. He must be talking about those leaves. I found a nice blue cap, but it was too small for Nia's head. Look, there he is. He put it on his head. It must be a bottle cap. There was nothing in the desert. What is that desert, do you think? Maybe a sandbox? Probably looks like the desert when you're Alfie's size. My toes were cold and my heart was sad. I would never find a present as special as my friend. The snail said all I needed was a good rest. He knew the perfect place for me to take a nap. Just over those stones, he said. Okay, I wonder what's over there. So I napped and napped and napped. And what's happened here? What's changed? The seasons. It's gone from winter to spring. When I woke up, I felt better. I asked the fish for help. And she showed me all the things that had fallen to the bottom. And then I saw it. It was perfect. It looked just like something Nia would love. I wonder what it is. Maybe this thing here? Looks like a little plastic turtle keychain. I wonder. I had to rush to the party. When I finally got over the rocks, the snail said, "That was fast." I was right on time. There she was. There's Nia with her family and friends. Oh, and look, there's Alfie with this little turtle on top of him. That must be a really great gift. And look how happy Nia is to see him. Wait a minute. What's this here? This balloon? It doesn't say 7. What does it say? That's right. It says 8. I could tell Nia was very surprised and happy I had brought her the perfect present. Now we were 7 together. Wait a minute. I think Alfie may have gotten a little confused there, huh? So that was Alfie. I really like that book. I think it's really fun how the seasons changed in it. It went from summer to fall, back to winter and spring. Okay, now we're going to do a really fun song that I learned. I like to do this song with my daughter Olivia when we're in the bathtub together. You're going to take your hands, one on top of the other, and put your thumbs out like this. Do a little wiggle, and it looks like a turtle swimming, huh? Okay, here's our song. There was a tiny turtle. His name was Tiny Tim. Put him in the bathtub to see if he could swim. He drank up all the water. He ate a bar of soap. I put him in my bed with me, and this is what he did. Bubble, 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 pop. Bubble, 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 pop. That was really fun. Thanks for doing that with me. We're going to do one more book. This one is called The Foolish Tortoise. It's written by Richard Buckley. Now this is in the same style of the book we read last week, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. I thought it would be fun to do a book on a tortoise because they look a lot like turtles, but they're different. A tortoise is kind of like a land turtle. Their shells are domed up a little bigger because the turtle shell, it's more water dynamic, and that's because it lives most of its life in the water. Okay, here we go. The Foolish Tortoise. I'm interested to see what this book's about. A tortoise, tired of being slow, impatient to get up and go. They do have a reputation for being very slow. Look at this. He took off his large and heavy shell and left it lying where it fell. Hooray, he cried. Now I've been freed. I'll see the world at double speed. Hey, wait a minute here. Though faster, he was not express, and his protection was far less. So when he heard a hornet's drone, the tortoise crept behind a stone. Oh, there he is right there. Do you see him? A hungry bird came swooping past. He looked so fierce and flew so fast. The tortoise hid behind some trees and felt quite weak behind the knees. Maybe that shell served a purpose, was useful. I don't feel safe, there's too much risk. If only I could be more brisk. He headed for the riverbed. A fish swam up, the tortoise fled. Whoa. What does the tortoise look like without his shell? It looks like a lizard. Oh my goodness! Look at this beautiful snake! Along his way our hero went and almost had an accident. A snake with open jaws slid near. The tortoise backs away in fear. That's a big, beautiful, fearsome snake. Oh, a hare, a hound, a horse raced by. So rapidly they seemed to fly. The tortoise gasped, sat Google-eyed. I'll never be that quick, he sighed. He wandered on, the sun rose high. I wish I had more shade, he cried. A sudden thunderstorm swept in and soaked the tortoise to the skin. Oh, wouldn't it be nice if he had some place he could go when the sun shone so bright and the rain came down? Wait a minute. The wind rose up and soon the breeze was bending branches in the trees. The tortoise shivered. Now I'm cold. I wish I hadn't been so bold. I think I've lost the urge to roam. I think it's time that I went home. Without my shell, I don't feel right. So when his shell came into sight, what do you think? He was probably pretty happy. He climbed back in and said, "Good night." Oh, that was really fun. Thank you all for joining me for another story time. Stay tuned for next week. We'll have another craft and more stories to share.